Okay, wow. It has been a couple of weeks, and I have actually watched a lot of movies over that time period. I have watched Assassin's Creed, I watched Moana, I've watched Hacksaw Ridge, I've watched Sing, I've watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I've watched Ben Affleck's Live by Night. I think that's about it. I'd like to talk about Assassin's Creed first. This is a very good video game to film adaptation. Like, if you look at Mortal Kombat as being the perfect video game to film adaptation, if Mortal Kombat is a 10 out of 10, I would give Assassin's Creed an 8 or an 8.5 when it comes to stylistically sticking to the video game. One of the only drawbacks that I see is that I didn't get to see enough of it. It felt too short. I guess it's because, you play Assassin's Creed and it's, 6-8 hours long. You're trying to condense this huge story. And I mean, it's a huge story, especially if you never played the video games at all. It is huge, and condensing it into a 2-hour movie is impossible, which is why I feel like, you have to make sequels to this, which I feel like they obviously left it open for a sequel. And I hope it got enough attention at the box office for them to garner a sequel. So, fingers crossed for that. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to name Michael Fassbender's characters Desmond and Ezio, since I don't really remember their names. Desmond is about to die by lethal injection for killing a pimp, of all people. I don't know where he is that would garner such serious action for a pimp. Maybe this is all just a conspiracy. I'll touch base on that later. There's a company out there known as Abstergo that is run by an order of the Templar. It is a group of men that are essentially looking for what is known as the pieces of Eden. And in this case, it is the apple of Eden. Okay, Abstergo gets a hold of Desmond. They hook him into their machine known as the Animus. Now, in the video game, the Animus is just a chair. Apparently, that doesn't look good in a movie, even though The Matrix did that. So they hook him into this harness, and it picks him up like he's on a building, or he's on the ground, or wherever. This machine is able to manipulate his thoughts and his feelings. So when he touches something, it feels like he's grabbing a hold of something, like he's climbing up a ladder or running on a rooftop, or running up a wall or whatever. This machine is able to make him feel that. He is reliving his ancestors' life, which means everyone around him is viewing this as well. And that is exactly what they're trying to do. Apparently, his ancestor was the last person to see the Apple of Eden. So if they figure out what he did with it, they'll have an idea of where it went. That is the whole point of this movie. I feel like if you're watching this and you're not a fan of the video games, you are going to be completely lost. I don't understand why you're even bothering watching this if you've never played the video games. I don't see, a 50 or 60-year-old man in the movie theater watching this and getting a grasp on the film itself. They're not going to like it. This movie is for fans. It really, really is. When he hooks into the Animus and he is doing all of this stuff, it is like straight out of the video game, and it is awesome. These people knowingly insert these assassins, these would-be assassins, into the Animus, training them to be assassins. Because it's one thing to sit in a chair and relive the life of your ancestor. It's another thing entirely to hook into this harness and basically learn how to defend yourself against 5 separate people, 5 armed people. So I wonder if they were aware that they were doing this. They had to have been aware. They had to have been aware. Come on, man. I did not get to see enough of the past, like Ezio, Fassbender's ancestor. I didn't get to see enough of that. I wanted to see a whole lot more of that. That was just awesome. It felt so much like the video game. It was great. And I actually liked the cutscenes where he's in the Animus, you see him running in the Animus, and then it jumps to the past where you see his ancestor doing everything and all this stuff. I like that personally. Some people are going to find that a little bit jarring, but it didn't bother me. I thought it was interesting. It's different from the video game, and it was cool to me. I liked it. The film actually ended the way I wanted the original video game to end, where basically all of the assassins worked together to break out of Abstergo, and Desmond was leading the charge because he was an assassin. He knew how to defend himself because he was in the Animus, and now it's present day, and there are assassins in the present going after the Templar. That's what I thought the video game was going to be. I thought Michael Fassbender did excellent as his present day character and his ancestor character. I want to see a lot more. I could not say it enough. This movie was fun. It was not long enough. It felt too short. I'd have been happy watching another 3 hours of this movie. I really would have. So if you love Assassin's Creed, I think you're going to love this movie. So go check it out.